Something happened today that I genuinely was not prepared for. And the moment I saw it, everything else stopped mattering. This is the kind of news that makes you want to grab the nearest person and shake them by the shoulders until they understand what you're looking at. Because for years, people have been waiting, watching, wondering if this day would ever actually come. And now it has. The first Aptera has rolled off the assembly line, and nothing about the world of electric vehicles is ever going to feel the same again. I want you to sit with that for a second before we go any further. Not a prototype sitting in a lab somewhere collecting dust. Not a render on a website designed to get people excited and keep them subscribed to a newsletter. Not a concept car parked under dramatic lighting at some auto show where executives in expensive suits talk about the future. An actual, physical, completed Aptera vehicle, built by human hands, rolling off an actual production line. That is what we are talking about today. And if your heart isn't beating a little faster right now, then maybe you need to read that sentence one more time, because this moment has been a long time coming, and the people who have followed this company from the very beginning know exactly what I mean. Aptera has been one of the most talked about, debated, doubted, and passionately defended companies in the entire electric vehicle space. There have been people who believed in this thing from day one, who put their money down and said, "I trust this vision. I trust this technology. I trust this team." And then there have been the skeptics, the ones who said solar-powered vehicles are a gimmick, the ones who said the design is too radical, the ones who said this company will fold before a single car ever gets delivered. Well, today is a very interesting day for those skeptics, because the first Aptera is real, it is built, and it is here. Now let me paint you a picture of what we actually saw, because the footage that was released is something you have to take a moment to truly appreciate. The vehicle is coming down the assembly line, and the workers who built it are right there, and you can feel the energy in that room even through a screen. There is something profoundly human about watching a group of people stand around something they created with their own hands and just take it in. These are the people who showed up every day, who tightened every bolt, who solved every problem that no textbook had an answer for, who stayed late when things didn't fit right, and came back the next morning ready to try again. This first vehicle coming off that line belongs to them just as much as it belongs to anyone else. And watching that moment, you get a real sense of just how meaningful this is, beyond the hype, beyond the investment, beyond the headlines. This is the result of years of hard work finally taking a physical form that you can walk up to and touch. Now, looking at the vehicle itself, one of the first things that jumps out is that the back of this first production unit does not yet have the Aptera name on it. If you've seen the road testing footage that has been circulating, you'll know that the test vehicle had the name clearly displayed across the rear. But this one is clean. And that is actually a small but fascinating detail, because it tells you that this is truly the first one, the very beginning of the production process, where every little finishing touch is still being dialed in and finalized. It is not a small thing to notice, because it quietly confirms that what we are looking at is not a polished PR piece. It is the real start of something. And when you look at the rest of the vehicle, it is stunning. The lines are clean, the proportions are unlike anything else on the road, and there is an aerodynamic logic to every curve that makes you understand why this design was chosen. This vehicle was not designed to look cool first and function second. Every single element of the exterior exists because it serves a purpose, and the result of that kind of disciplined design is something that ends up looking unlike anything the automotive world has ever produced. Now let's talk about what the assembly line footage actually shows us, because beyond the excitement of seeing the first completed unit, there is real information in those images about where the production process currently stands. Looking at the different stations visible in the footage, you can start to piece together the sequence of how this vehicle comes together. One of the stations that is most clearly identifiable is the one where the solar panels are being installed. You can see the panels on shelving units along the side, and you can make out the process of fitting them onto the roof and the hood, which is one of the most defining features of the entire Aptera concept. The solar panel integration is not just an aesthetic choice, it is the heart of what makes Aptera different from every other electric vehicle on the market. Most EVs depend entirely on charging infrastructure, which means you are still tied to a grid, still dependent on finding a station, still subject to range anxiety if you wander too far from civilization. Aptera challenges that dependency in a way that no other production vehicle has ever seriously attempted. The solar panels on this vehicle are capable of generating enough energy under normal sunlight conditions to cover the daily driving needs of most Americans without ever plugging in. Let that sink in. For the average person who drives somewhere between 20 and 40 miles a day, the Aptera could theoretically run indefinitely on nothing but sunlight. That is not science fiction. That is engineering. And watching those solar panels get installed at the assembly station is watching that vision become reality one vehicle at a time. Another station visible in the footage appears to be where the glass is being fitted and sealed into place. If you look carefully, you can see that the top panel of the door and the windshield are not yet in the vehicle at that station, which tells you this is an early stage in the glazing process. The use of epoxy to seal the glass is consistent with the kind of structural integrity that Aptera has been engineering into this vehicle from the start. Because this is not a traditional body-on-frame vehicle where glass is just a window, it is a structural component in a vehicle that has been designed with aerodynamic efficiency as a core principle. Every seal, every joint, every surface matters, because even minor disruptions to the airflow around this vehicle have consequences for its range and efficiency. And then there is the station where the final touches appear to be going on, where the wheel panels are being fitted and the last elements of the exterior are coming together. This is the station that tells you the vehicle is almost complete, that it has traveled through every stage of the production process, and it is nearly ready to become the thing that thousands of people have been waiting to hold in their hands in the form of a key. Now, a production line going live does not mean that the vehicle is about to start shipping to customers tomorrow. There is a significant amount of testing and validation work that still has to happen before Aptera can begin delivering vehicles to the people who reserve them. Crash testing is a big part of that process, and it is something that requires multiple vehicles to be put through a series of incredibly demanding scenarios to prove that this vehicle meets the safety standards required to be sold to the public. That testing is not a formality, it is a gauntlet, and it takes time and resources and a lot of vehicles that ultimately do not survive the process. But the fact that the production line is now running means that the vehicles needed for that validation work can now be built, which means that timeline is now moving in a real and concrete way. Before the assembly line was operational, everything was theoretical. Now it is sequential. And there is a massive difference between a company that is still trying to figure out how to build its vehicle and a company that is building vehicles and using them to complete its validation requirements. Aptera has crossed that threshold, and it changes everything about how you look at the timeline going forward. There is also something worth talking about regarding what this moment represents for the broader conversation around solar electric vehicles. For a long time, the idea of a solar-powered car was treated like a cute experiment, something you saw in university competitions, where lightweight vehicles crept across the Australian desert at 30 miles per hour. It was never taken seriously as a real consumer product, because the math never worked out when you tried to apply it to a vehicle that people actually needed to drive in the real world. Aptera figured out that the problem was not the solar technology, the problem was the vehicle architecture itself. If you want solar to meaningfully contribute to a vehicle's range, you cannot start with a traditional car and bolt panels onto the roof. You have to design the entire vehicle from the ground up, with the goal of making it so efficient that solar can actually move the needle. That means reducing drag to an almost obsessive degree, which is why the Aptera has a drag coefficient lower than almost anything ever produced for consumer use. That means reducing weight dramatically, which is why the materials and construction methods used in this vehicle are closer to aerospace engineering than traditional automotive manufacturing. That means rethinking every assumption about what a vehicle needs to be, which is why the Aptera looks the way it does, and why it has 3 wheels instead of 4. Every one of those decisions was made in service of a single goal: build a vehicle so efficient that the sun can actually power it. And now that vehicle is real, and it is being built, and it is coming off an assembly line. And the people who laughed at the idea 3 years ago are about to have a very quiet few weeks. There is also a personal dimension to this that I do not want to gloss over. For everyone who reserved an Aptera, today is not just news. It is validation. It is the moment where the bet you placed on this company starts to feel like it is going to pay off. Because reserving a vehicle that doesn't exist yet takes a kind of faith that most people aren't willing to extend. You are saying, I believe in this enough to commit to it before I can touch it, drive it, or even see it in person. And that kind of commitment deserves a return. And the first vehicle rolling off the production line is the beginning of that return being delivered. I know that for a lot of people in this community, the wait has not been easy. There have been moments of doubt, moments where the timeline stretched further than expected, and the updates felt thin, and the finish line seemed to keep moving. That frustration is real and it is valid, and no amount of enthusiasm from a video erases the patience it took to get here. But this is the moment that changes the character of that waiting. Because before today, the wait was for something to begin. Now the wait is for something that is already in motion to reach you. And those are two completely different emotional experiences. One of the things I find myself thinking about is what the second vehicle off the line will look like, and how quickly the pace of production will build from here. The first one is always the hardest, because the first one is where you discover every problem that your planning didn't anticipate. But once the first one is done, the second one is faster, and the third one is faster than that, and eventually the line finds its rhythm and the output starts to scale. Aptera is at the very beginning of that curve right now, and watching them navigate this phase is going to be one of the most interesting things to follow over the coming months. Because this is where a startup either proves it can make the leap from engineering company to manufacturing company, or it doesn't. And every vehicle that comes off that line is evidence of which side of that divide Aptera is landing on. The team behind this vehicle has been working toward this moment for years, through funding rounds and redesigns and global supply chain chaos and every other obstacle that the universe decided to throw at an ambitious startup trying to change transportation. And yet here we are. The first Aptera is real. It exists. It came off a line that was built to build more just like it. And somewhere right now, there are people whose names are on a reservation list who are one step closer to having that vehicle in their driveway. I have been following this space for a long time, and I can tell you honestly that not many moments have hit me quite like seeing this footage today. Because this is the kind of moment that reminds you why any of this matters. Not the stock prices, not the press releases, not the industry analysis or the podcast debates about which EV company is going to win the next decade. This. A group of people who believed in something impossible, who worked until it became possible, and who stood together watching the first result of that work roll into the world. That is the story underneath the story today, and I think it deserves to be told the right way, with the weight and the meaning that it carries. So whether you have been following Aptera for years, or whether today is the first time you have ever heard the name, understand what you are watching. You are watching the beginning of something that could genuinely change the way human beings think about transportation. You are watching a vehicle that runs on sunlight become a production reality. You are watching a team of believers prove that they were right all along. And the best part is that this is just the first one. There are more coming, and each one matters, and the world is about to get a lot more interesting.